Should you bulk first or should you cut first? That's what we're going to be talking about today. Let's do it. What's going on, everyone? This is John G, aka Mr. Go In, and today we're going to be talking about should you cut first or should you bulk first? It's a common question that I usually get from guys. I don't really get that question from girls much, you know. Guess the ladies really aren't trying to bulk. But to answer the question, should you bulk or should you cut first, there's a couple of things you kind of need to be familiar with. For one, you need to understand about, maintenance calories, caloric deficit, caloric surplus. If those terms sound foreign to you, click the first link in the description below. It's a video that goes over all that good stuff. It's pretty funny too. So that being said, yes, if you are bulking, you're going to be in a caloric surplus. If you're cutting, you're going to be in a caloric deficit. So to answer the question, should you cut first or bulk first? Basically, instead of saying, hey, you should do this, I'm going to answer it as you should do this if you kind of fit one of these categories. So yes, you should bulk first if you basically have a long-term focus on building your physique. You plan on competing in the next 2 to 5 years possibly. Or number 3, and this one I think is the most important, your goal is really to improve in the gym, basically getting those lifts up, gaining more muscle. If that is the goal, then yes, bulking is what you want to do, because when you're bulking, you're not gonna really have abs. If you had abs before you started the bulk, you're probably not gonna have them once you're like midway or at the end of the bulk. But one thing you will see is that your lifts in the gym are going to be going up. Like personal records, your PRs, you're going to be setting plenty of those. It's not really going to be that hard to do. I mean, you got to put in work, but I mean, it's not like you got to take like all this pre-workout and all this. I remember when I was bulking a couple months back, I mean, conditions were suboptimal. I got like 4.5 hours of sleep, long day at work. I mean, you're just not really feeling it. And then next thing you know, I'm setting like a PR in the dumbbell bench press. Like, what the heck? Now that I'm cutting, the warm-up weight feels heavy. I'm like, oh, everything feels rough. So when you're bulking, take advantage of the extra strength, the extra energy that you're gonna have, because that's gonna help you put on some more muscle. So, as I was talking about cutting, let's segue into cutting. So if you fit these categories, then you should cut. If you have a show coming up in the next, 12, 16 weeks, probably a good idea to start cutting. If you have an event, an anniversary or, vacation or something, or, high school reunion, something like that coming up, yeah, you want to start cutting, to kind of look good for that, stunting your pictures and all that stuff. Or, and this is where I think kind of most people fit into this category, you're ready to just get in shape, shed some of that fat, maybe, see some six-pack, see some abs, and you're ready. So then yes, you should cut, because a lot of times when you're ready to get in better shape, you want to see some rewards for that effort. So you want to look in the mirror and say, hey man, my stomach's going down a little bit, it's getting a little bit flat, my waist is going down, that's great. When you're bulking, you're gonna gain a little bit more stomach. So, I mean, because I surely did. Everything was tight.
When I'm going to arena, make the ground shake, make the crowd scream. Me feeling no conquer enemy. Bring the fire when I fight to the melody. Blood fire, you beginner. Keep on the game, me a winner. No man, them know me a leader. When I come in the arena.
The thing that you'll find out once you've, cut down to a pretty low body fat is that you've cut down, you got a flat stomach, gotta see some abs, get a little six-pack going, but then you look at the rest of your body and you're like, it doesn't quite look like how I really wanted or how I envisioned, because Instagram and YouTube have basically bamboozled people into what you think is possible, for one, without steroids, or for two, just 30-day challenge this and look at these before and after pictures. I mean, it's crazy. You're gonna get, that fullness, shredded look and still, have round and everything muscles if you have muscle maturity. That comes from years of lifting. So, in most cases, unless you have just crazy genetics, and most chances are you probably don't. The good thing about seeing that is, okay, yeah, you're shredded, but your chest is a little bit flat, your arms are a little smaller, everything's a little smaller, you don't look quite as good as what you wanted to. The thing is, once you start your bulk, you're gonna remember that, and your bulk is gonna be that much more focused. If you watch, other people who have competed, they'll tell you bulking sometimes is harder than cutting, because the focus that you have when you're cutting, you're dialed in, you've got very specific macros, you're doing your cardio, you're doing your weightlifting, everything is very detailed and specific and timely. When you're bulking, there isn't a real big time crunch, there's no serious deadlines, so you're eating a little bit extra of this and a little extra of that, and maybe you skip a day because you just for whatever reason. But if you have a real focused goal from your bulk because of how you looked in your cut, then you'll do much better during your bulk, and you're gonna look much better in your cut. So that should answer your question. If it didn't, ask another question. If you like the video, be sure to hit like on the video and be sure to subscribe. Till next time. Get the conversation. So I'm gonna answer this question, make this video real quick, because people always comment on my videos saying they're too long. I mean, your boy Christian Guzman makes a 30-minute video and everybody's like thumbs up, and Christian the type of dude that blah blah blah, but I make a video that's 3 minutes and 12 seconds long and it's, yo, wrap it up, homie. Like, man, haters, man. Haters stay hating.